Now I want to jump back now to models. When we speak about models, we have to understand what basically is the model. So when I look at this specific model, this model basically holds all the information that is related to some specific design. So in the model page, we have all the basic information about the model. Now, what does it consist of? It consists of what type is the product, what class, we will talk about it, is the product, what is the collection, and some short description. Now, and here inside the model we can already put all the relevant information. For example, if we know that the matching metals for the specific model is let's say yellow gold, yellow gold of the 14 and 18 karat purity, and let's say I will remove one, and the white gold, if I do have it, white gold. I'm working on some demo account, so the data shouldn't be necessarily pure. And again, I can say that the specific design I can create it with different purities, with different metals. Now the weight will be 3.4. Let's say 3. I will not save the changes, of course, but I will explain the principle. Now this gemstone, this model can be created with the specific gemstones, and I can define the specific gemstones. So, okay, the specific gemstone will be every diamond of a shape of the 0.5 to 1.5 carat, and let's say round is okay. So the system will know that the specific model can be created in different stones, in different metals. Why is it important? Because based on the specific model, I can create many different products, and I don't have to remember all the time what is matching. If I add more gemstones, the system calculates and creates relevant products. We will go into it a little bit, but more precisely. So we have the model. Inside the model, we put all the common information about the products. So, for example, if I know that it's a ring, okay, I want to define that 5 is the default size. Okay, so if I do have this again, it's a demo account, but if I do have the 5 here in the system, let's see, I am just running through some data, or for example, here, for example, 7.5. This makes sense to me, for example, right? And I say, okay, these products, all rings that I create with this model, I can create with the specific sizes. From 4, for example, I have selected from 4 to 7.5 or to 9.5. So the system knows what are the matching the matching sizes, ring sizes. Now, how do I handle all the information? Now I'm not talking about specific product. Why it's important? If I create the 14 karat white gold with a 1 carat diamond based on this model, I don't have to enter all this information because it will automatically take it from the model. Now, I know, for example, that the dimension is the shank 2 mm, shank width 2 mm. I put it in the model, and all the products will have this information inside. So it saves us a lot of work, a lot of typing. Now, this is so here in the model we enter the basic information. Now, what is the model built of? The model is built of collections. We are talking about jewelry. So we start using the jewelry terms so that later we will utilize them better online. So I can add any collection. So for example, I have the icon, the chain necklaces, the hoop earrings, the whatever. I can create more collections, and of course I can search. For example, do I have some evening collection? No, I don't have it. So I want to create some evening collection or evening jewelry. Okay, I create additional collections. Now, what are additional settings that we have inside models? Inside models we have several different settings. Now, the first one is the type. We want to understand if we work with chain, with loose moissanite, with ring, with a wedding band, or some other. Why is it important? Simply because we can use this information later, for example, on eBay, to put it on eBay to the eBay search algorithm. So once we know the type, it will be sold better. This information will work for us, and at the end it will lead us to better work, to better performance online. Now, this is about the types. For each type, we define one of the three classes. Now, there are three types of jewelry that we have in this world. We have simple jewelry, which means a chain, a necklace, or some other pendant or brooch or earrings or something like this. We have loose gemstones. The meaning loose is when we sell the stone without the setting, stone without the model. So, for example, loose moissanite most probably will be sold better or more correctly. The data will be collected more correctly when we define it as loose. And the third type, if we have here set, for example, pearl sets, it will be much better to define it as set and not as a simple product. What is the definition of set? The definition of set is very clear. It's a product. A set is a product that consists of some other products. 2 products, 3 products. What is a set, for example? It's a necklace with earrings. It's a necklace with earrings and ring. Now, what happens if one of the products was sold? What should happen to the set? The set basically does not exist anymore. So we have very advanced management of sets in the system, but basically it says, okay, I am able to create one product as a bundle, as a combination of other products. Okay, so setting the right types with the right simple / loose / set class is very important, so that the products get the right representation. For example, Amazon does not allow posting loose diamonds into the diamond jewelry, or an opposite. So to do this correctly, it's very important to set the right types, the right model classes to the products. Now, next we have the metals. You don't always have to work with the metals. It's very important to have a very correct understanding of what metals you use. Now, for example, I have the rose gold. What does the system do? Once I have the rose gold, I can already define, for example, if this rose gold will work with me with Amazon fashion jewelry, which is not, because Amazon does not allow the rose gold to be in Amazon fashion. I can already set what Amazon fine type, what metal type will be used for Amazon. And this is precisely what we can do. Once we already just once set the correct metal type, it will be automatically put on all marketplaces in the right place. So here we have, for example, the jewelry metal type. It's for the fashion jewelry, and this is for the fine jewelry, and we can already make all this mapping to save work for later. So we spoke about model settings. In model settings, once again, we have the types, which are types of the jewelry, the metals, where we set the metals and how they will be represented, metal purities, 18 karat, 14 karat, all this stuff. And the last but not least is sizes. We can already define, if I know that I don't work with gems, with necklaces, so size 18, 14, 16, 22 is not relevant for me. But if I want to set some size for the specific product that I have, and it's, for example, it's 4, 4 and a quarter, 4 and 25, 4 and a half, I can define all these values. So when I select, I don't have the long range of values, but I can adjust it for myself. For example, I would guess that white gold, yellow gold, and rose gold impurities will be just not relevant to this selection. So, but I still see that in this demo account, this data is not too accurate, so I cannot remove it from here, so it stays here. The system protects always. Now, if I have the 14 karat purity, how do I want to present it on Amazon? How do I want to present it on eBay? How do I want to present it on Sears? We select the relevant fields and Valigara will automatically match it into the marketplace. Now, this is about the model settings, the same about the same about sizes,